Hey everybody, it is me, Michael White. I'm back. Tonight you just have me. Tonight, Anthea, I wish she could be here, but she had some other obligations. So tonight, you just get me. We're gonna have fun tonight. We always have fun here, but we're actually gonna have a great time. Today's topic is very interesting. Why do good men finish last? We hear that all the time. It's a saying, well, good men finish last because they're too nice. They don't have a backbone. They don't know how to speak truth. And again, before I start the video, I'm actually going to separate the two. So there's a difference between a nice guy. A nice guy doesn't speak his truth. He panders to women. He's a yes man. And he has no voice of authority of his own. He's always looking for direction from someone else or from his woman. That's a nice guy. A good man knows still how to be nice to women, but also knows when to exert boundaries, knows when to walk away when he's being disrespected, and he's assertive, right? And I think those are all important qualities that a lot of men need. I didn't have these qualities, and that's why my dating life fell apart. I could admit I was a terrible dater. And I think once you can acknowledge that you were a bad dater, then you can start to fix some things. So I actually want to play a video for you guys today that I think is very interesting. Again, if you're a woman, don't watch this video because you're going to get mad. You're going to be upset. You're going to say, how could he play this? Because I agree with what he's saying. And you might not like it. So again, heads up, if you don't like the video, please do exit the channel, just like on the highway. Exit right, get off, and you know what I mean? And we will keep the live stream going. But before I actually start this video, I actually want to give a little bit of backstory. I was a nice guy. That's all I knew. When I would interact with women, what happens is I tried to play the nice guy, take every phone call, reply to every text message, be so available to her, listen to her problems, all these things. Because that's what I was told to do. I grew up in a single parent household, raised by a single mom. So I was taught that's what you do. Right? But in doing that, it put me in the friend zone a lot of times. And I would only pick up women by like the skin of my teeth. Because once we got into a relationship, they saw this guy is very feminine. He is not very masculine at all. He has some traits, but he more operates in the feminine, right? And that's why my relationships would always fizzle out because I didn't know how to exert boundaries. I didn't understand female nature. I just said, you know what? The next girl, I'm just going to keep being nice. I'm going to keep being nice. I'm going to keep being nice. And it got me nowhere. Literally. Like, it was literally like, because I wasn't getting the results I was looking for, right? And I think when you look at dating, the goal is to get the results you're looking for, to date the people you want to date. If it lasts, wonderful. If it doesn't, that's part of dating, right? So I'm going to play this video. We're going to break it down piece by piece. As I said, women, you might want to leave the live stream. You might not want to tune into this one. You might hate me after this one. So we're going to play the video. Can't wait to break it down, and you will hear from me soon.
Girls don't like good guys. Now, let me break this down. A girl is a female child. It doesn't matter how old she is. She could be 30 years old and be a girl. She's immature. And you're asking her to be attracted to a good guy, a man who's righteous, who puts food on the table, has a great job, works hard, invests in himself.
Now, with that being said, he's not saying all women are children. He said it in the video, but I can put it into context where he's saying some women are children. Now, you might get triggered and get upset when that is being said, right? But what he's initially saying is there's childlike mentalities, right? It's like if I call someone a kid, he's not a kid, he's a grown man, but how he thinks is very childlike. You see, so that's the point. That's the point I wanted to break down at the beginning of the video. He's saying a lot of women are very childlike. Does it, and they're still an adult. So he's saying even if she's in her 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, what he's saying is a lot of women haven't grown past the childlike mindset. So let's continue the video and see what else he has to say.
And into his body and into his mentality, you're asking for her to be attracted to a man that she doesn't even know how to serve or even understand, which is why these girls like bad guys, because a bad guy is a man of poor quality.
So his second point that he brings up, that most women don't know what to do with a good guy, a guy that's a provider, a guy that's a leader, a guy that's going to take care of her, because she's used to Chads and Tyrones. She's used to the Pookies and the Ray Rays, the guys that don't stick around, the guys that don't reply to text messages, only call for some night action, don't treat her well. That's what she's growing adapted to, right? And even when you look at his message, which I find so fascinating, you would think that in your 30s, this is what's interesting. You're a single woman, you're looking for kids, you're looking for a husband. You would think that you would pick the guys that are better suited for you, right? Instead of the Chads and Tyrones. You think that you would pick men that are well more put together instead of men that are destructive and harmful. But no, we still see women dating these guys that are terrible for them. And I always try to tell women, don't date the guys that make you feel good. Date the guys that are good for you. And I said, he's going to look boring to you, the guy that's good for you, but you're going to get stability from that guy. You are going to get consistency from that man. So let's hear what else he has to say in his message.
Because most likely she's of poor quality too. She doesn't bring anything to the table, so they are attracted to one another.
Now, it's very fascinating. His second point, if she is, or his third point actually, if the woman is constantly drawn to the Pookies and Ray Rays, right? What he's saying is then she must be of poor quality, right? Because like attracts like, right? So if you keep dating low quality men, you must be low quality and don't bring much to the table. Now, I could agree with this to some degree because I'm going to add something that's going to be very unique. You can't control who's attracted to you, right? Because attraction is non-negotiable, but you can control who you entertain. And that's where I would hold the accountability on the woman, because bad boy Chad is going to be attracted to her if she's a good looking woman. But if she willfully chooses to entertain bad boy Chad, Now I'm going to start to look at to see she might be a woman of poor quality because she constantly chooses to entertain men of poor quality. That is the difference that I would add on to his message, which at the end of the day, I think it's very good. It's holding accountability. So let's continue, and he's going to, wrap it up, and then we're going to give our final thoughts.
So, fellas, there's nothing wrong with you when you're saying, well, why don't girls like me? Am I too much of a good guy? No, you're just attracting the wrong type of female. You're trying to attract the child mentally when you should be trying to attract a woman, one who has the same qualities or standards as you, so you all can attract to each other.
Okay, so the last part of his message is what he's saying is, as a man, if you cannot control who you attract, but you can control who you entertain, right? So I can relate to him because there were some women that I had no business entertaining. Zero entertainment. I should have been like, nah, like, I'm sorry, I can't. But that's where the accountability falls on me. And that's where I'm saying that in this video, it's so interesting because guys will self-reflect and say, well, I must be not a good guy because you're choosing these women that are not choosing you. Right? And it's not that you're a bad guy. It's just that woman is used to chaotic men. That's what she is used to. It's what she resonates with. It's what she takes her experiences from and gravitates more towards men of that caliber. So it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that this girl needs to get, or this woman, I should say, actually needs to get more in line. Because like more, my friend always says this word, calibrated. She needs to get more calibrated on what a good man looks like. Now, ladies, we're not sitting here telling you to, oh, you just date any type of good man. If you don't like him, you don't like him. You are entitled to that. But we're also going to say, if you're sitting here saying that you can't find good men, when plenty of good men, we're not talking about the bad men, plenty of good men have asked you out, have wanted to be with you, have wanted to support you, be all the things that you were looking for. But you constantly kept saying no because you want to entertain bad boy Chad. Then you cannot sit and complain about that, because what you're trying to do, and again, this live stream, we're going to go nuts. You're trying to take bad boy Chad and get him to commit to you. And most guys that are in that field or kind of run that road are not looking for commitment. But you're sitting here saying, well, I'm going to be the one to do it. I'm going to be the one to change him. I'm going to be the one to convert him to commitment and give up, I guess, the streets. And I'm sorry, ladies. Like, I'm not trying to put you down. You're not. No matter how good the bedroom fun is, no matter how cute you fold his clothes, no matter if you cook his dinner with, with a little bit of spread on sauce on the steak, if he doesn't want to commit to you, he is not going to commit to you. And nothing you can do is going to change that. It's either they're going to show you commitment in the beginning, or they're not going to show you commitment at all. And sometimes that is a harsh reality to accept for the women. Now, guys, I would say more than anything, and this is for you too, this is streamed for both men and women, I would say leave those women alone. Stop pursuing them. Because if you are pursuing a woman that dates those type of men and you're like, I'm going to be the guy to get her to see the light, I'm going to be the guy to come into her life and show her a good man, you're wasting her time. You're wasting your time, actually. because her blueprint is Chad. That is her blueprint. You're coming in her life trying to say, you don't want Chad, just come over here. Come be with me, the good guy, the night. But if her blueprint doesn't resonate with that, and she is like, no, I want this guy, I want this guy, let her go chase that guy. Let her go. Let her go get her heart broken. Let her go get her heart messed around with and chopped up. And you don't come in and try to save her. Every time that guy goes to break her heart, kick it around, you don't come in to say, well, this is going to be the day where I'm going to come in like Clark Kent. I'm going to throw on my cape and I'm going to come in and I'm going to save her. Save her from what? She's willfully cooperating because she keeps showing up for that guy. Save her from what? You're going to come, you're going to save her. You're going to say, oh, it's okay. I'm here. Let me take my cape off. Let me put it around you. Let me protect you. Let me do all those things because men are naturally protectors. Let me protect you. Let me keep you safe. She keeps the cape on for like 5 minutes. She's like, oh my God, this cape is so amazing and so warm. Thank you for loving me and caring about me. Then she sees bad boy Chad walk down the street. She throws off your cape and says, bad boy Chad, wait, bad boy Chad. And then she's running after him when you're sitting there with your cape in your hand, with her tears and everything else, but she's pursuing the guy that she really wants. And you're sitting there taking a loss. So I think we also need to get good at the skill of moving on, right? If you like this girl and she's unavailable, but like you see that there's like a Pacific guy or somebody that you want, move on. Say, you know what? It was great. But I'm not going to keep pursuing this. Because why is it in dating that we have to feel like we have to change someone's mind for them to date us? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's never made any sense. I've done it. Guys, I've done it. You try to change their mind on picking you when it should be a mutual agreement. They should see how amazing you are in the beginning. Now, again, it's a little bit of a proving ground. You kind of have to be consistent. You have to show some characteristics that are worth that person investing into. I get it. But when you are having to overconvince this person that you are a good person, that you are a good person to date, you are a good person to settle down with, now you're doing too much. You see what I'm saying? Now you've gone above and beyond. And this person's still like, I appreciate you. You're a nice guy, but you know what I mean? As soon as she says you're a nice guy, but that is your I'm out. You don't need to pursue her. You don't need to ask any more questions. You need to leave. And ladies, as I said, you might hate this live stream because he said a very comment that you might take very harshly, where he said that women are like perpetual children. I need you to understand that if you dig deep into what he's saying, he's stating that your vetting process for mate selection sucks. Let me say that again. Your dating process sucks. Your vetting process for men sucks. But then you tell women that and you get this. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Who hurt you? When all you're trying to do is help. You're getting why you mad, who hurt you. And it's like, baby girl, I'm not hurt. You are. Because look at the men that you're pursuing. I believe in this cold-heartedly. Who you pursue is a reflection of you. Right? That's your heart's desire. So if this person's trash, I'm not saying as in a sense of like they're a bad person, but they're bad to date. You see, there's a difference. Bad to date, good person, but bad boyfriend, bad girlfriend material. What does that say about you if you're chasing trash? So you're trying to take trash and turn it into gold. Right? But it's happy being there. So that's why I'm saying guy or girl, because this has happened to some guys I've noticed. They'll chase a woman and she's into bad boy Chad, or I've seen women do this, and I'm glad that I have time on this live stream to cover this. No, I've seen guys do this. Sorry, let me correct that. I've seen guys do this. They'll chase a woman, right? And they're like, oh my God, she's so amazing. She's so great. Yet she gives you the bare minimum because she's too busy chasing Tyrone. But you're like, oh man, if I can get with her, if I can just be with her, like, oh man, I'd change her life. She doesn't want her life changed. Not by you. She wants her life changed by Chad or Tyrone or Julio. Even though she knows that those are not good men. So think about it. You're pursuing this woman knowing that she's choosing guys that are bad dudes, yet you want to sit here and try to make this girl your girlfriend or your wife? That doesn't make any sense. If I see that her dating patterns are like that, I'm like, yo, I'm out. Because all I'm going to look at is this. Emotional damage. Because in our 20s, pursuing those type of people was cute. It was cute. You could get away with it. But now that we're in our 30s and we're older, you would think that you would have a little more wisdom attached to your thought process. That you would take facts over feelings. That you would be a little more aware in your decision making. Say, I cannot be careless with the choices I make. I might like this guy or girl, but are they good for me? And most of the time, they're not. But you're so in your feelings, like a Disney movie. I wish I had like a Disney button. But you're so in your Disney mindset of this adaptation of like, oh, it's okay, man. Like, look at Aladdin got away with it. Aladdin made it happen. Oh, man, look at Beauty and the Beast. He made it. This is not a movie. This is real life. And real life, it doesn't work like that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, you always get what you want. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick. And sometimes, I'm not even going to say you get lucky. Sometimes it's just right place, right timing. Right? But I personally believe when it really comes down to this, a lot of women don't know what a good man is. They've never experienced it. So a lot of times it messes with their psyche, how a guy can be so caring, compassionate, loving, take care of her, tuck her into bed, get her dinner when he's out, all of those things, just be very attentive. And because she's never been used to a man being attentive to her, maybe like her father was never attentive, and then the string of boyfriends that she's had never being attentive to her, it scares her because she's like, there must be something wrong with this guy. She's waiting for the shoe to drop, and then if it does, she's like, I knew it. He was, he's not a good guy. But without understanding the dynamics of what does that say about you? Because I want to leave this note. I want to leave this podcast off on this note. What does it say about you if you chase trash people? And then you're trying to change them. It's like you're trying to turn poop into a cake. You're trying to make a cake and say, I'm going to use that poop off the street and turn it into something amazing. That's what you're trying to tell me. And that doesn't work. So what I really want you to take away from this live stream is processing your thought process of how you date. Are you selective? Are you willing to walk away? Are you willing to do facts over feelings? Are you willing to focus? Yeah, they make me feel good, but are they good for me? Are you starting to have deep dive processes in your thought process so you can actually get the people you want to date? Because a lot of times, and this is just me, I feel like people are settling for less. It's easy to settle, right? You're going to get the people that are just, oh, you're so amazing, you're so wonderful, right? They're already praising your name, but they're people you don't want. So I would say if there's certain people that you do want, you have a specific type, I would say lean more towards that. Figure it out what it is you want, because attraction is non-negotiable. You like what you like. You're going to see something, you're going to say, oh, I like that. And then majority of the people that you date are either going to reflect a lot of that. the women, the men, whatever it is you're into. So I would say, is there something wrong, not with them, but with how I pick? Like, think about it. I will openly say this. I prefer taller women, right? But just because the woman's taller doesn't mean that she's good for me, right? I like women who are very cooperative and trust a man's leadership. Just because they have those qualities doesn't mean they're good for me. They could be good for another man, right? So I just want you to really think about the process that you use to date, because you shouldn't date carelessly. We see what happens when you date carelessly. We see it. There's so many bad situations. I'm not afraid to say them. Single moms and all these other type of things. When you date carelessly, right? Your ability to pair bond with people, bedroom fun wise, all of these things, and you end up losing out on a lot. So all I'm saying is, do good men finish last? We're going to ask the question. I'm going to say they actually end up winning, because they're able to stay in their truth. They're able to say, yeah, you know what? I like this girl, but I don't think she's for me. Now, there are some good guys that try to wait it out to be seen. But I think a good man who values himself finished last, because he's able to identify and walk away from disrespect, disingenuineness, lack of reciprocation. He's able to identify that, well, this woman likes these specific type of guys. I'm never going to be that guy. So me pursuing her is going to be pointless. So seeing that, to me, it's like the good guys finish last because he can go out there and get a better choice. I'm not saying that the women can't, but they need that clarity moment to say, why am I keep chasing these type of guys? I need to do better. I need to be better. That's what our podcast is about. You really want to know what love and relationships conversations is about? It's about having the uncomfortable conversations about growth, no matter how uncomfortable they are, because we want people to be better in their dating, right? People complain that they can't find a date. People can't complain that, there's bad guys, there's bad girls, I got cheated on, long list of things. So why don't we have the conversation about each thing and get a solution out of it for yourself to either date better, be more pre-selective, and learning to walk away when you need to. If you have to walk away, you have to walk away. But you're attached to the time that you've put into that person. And I think when you're a person of self-respect and value, you say, I don't give a crap about the time that I put in. I love myself more than I love you. Right? So we're going to end off this live stream. It's something for you guys to think about. As I said, some of the women might hate this live stream. They might be like, I hate that guy. I want to hit the dislike button. Go right ahead. It's cool. Because this is just an opinion. Right? But also look at around you, the girlfriends around you, the type of guys that they chase, the type of guys that they entertain. Tells you a lot. Who somebody pursues tells you a lot about them as people. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys coming on Monday's live stream. You know what I mean? I don't get to do these very often where I get to talk to you guys alone. It is fun. But, having a co-host here just makes it even more fun. She will be back on Wednesday. This week, we're actually doing 4 episodes. So guys, please like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? I think Saturday's episode is going to be on our private platform. So if you want to watch it, it'll be over there. But just understand that our narrative is never to hurt and to be malicious, right? And you're going to hear more of the nittier, grittier stuff on our private platforms. Obviously, again, we always have to keep some stuff YouTube friendly, but you'll hear more of our personal stories, the type of people that we've dated, how we learned from those experiences, and how we've actually grown into people to become better. I became better. Anthea became better. And now it's about, okay, now that we're better, how do we go about being better and dating better? And I think that's what we really want for our audience. Even if you guys disagree with us, that's okay. We'd prefer it. If you guys disagree, cool. If you guys agree, awesome. No harm, no foul. Right? So I would say at the end of the day, stop thinking there's something wrong with you as men when you pursue a woman that pursues Chads and Tyrones. She needs to do some internal work. And I think at the end of the day, women, you need to start loving yourself and stop chasing guys that are not good for you. And men, you need to start loving yourselves and learning when to walk away from this woman that you like, that you see pursues these type of men. So with that being said, I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate you guys just coming on the live stream. Please, before I go, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Like, we really want to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We want to upgrade so many things about our show, to give you guys the quality show that you deserve. This is a show, and we want to give you guys quality content. Yes, we do share videos on Monday, but we're adjusting the show to actually do more conversations on Wednesdays and Thursdays, which will be on Spotify and iTunes. So look, anything that you can do, like us on all of our platforms. You want to like us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you know where to find us. We give the links down below, and we appreciate everything that you guys do just to watch our live streams. Take care, and we will see you guys on the next live stream.